Hi everyone, welcome to Rome with Rich and Suzy from To Go Continental. It's day 3 of our adventure here and we woke up to a bit of a dreary day, to be quite honest. Hopefully it won't rain, but the odds are looking as though they're stacked heavily against us. We started our morning walking from our hotel to the Roma Termini, where we caught the metro, as today we're off to the Vatican City. Looking at the weather, probably the best day to do this. Our first tip of the day, here we go. If you're using the metro, take line A and make your way to either the Ottaviano or Cipro stations. Both are only around a 10-minute walk from the Vatican Museums. While we're on about tips, let's go for another one. They just keep coming. Avoid bringing large backpacks or suitcases. You will go through an airport-style security before entering. They're not allowed inside the museums and you will need to be checked before you enter. Then you'll have to leave the items in the cloakroom, so all of this can slow things down considerably. As you make your way through the museums, taking photographs and or shooting video is allowed in most areas, so important, don't forget your camera. Once inside the museum, you'll quickly realise just how enormous these really are. There are miles of galleries, 54 in total, so don't feel pressured to see everything at once. We found it, to be quite honest, much more enjoyable just to slow down and appreciate the highlights rather than rushing from room to room and not really taking any of it in. And probably, at the end of the day, we probably missed more than if we just took our time and just saw some of it, if that makes sense. While we're walking around, I thought it would be a good time to mention another important factor in your trip. As one of the biggest questions people ask is, how do you get tickets? Book directly through the Vatican Museums website as early as you can. Timed entry tickets regularly sell out weeks in advance, especially during the spring, summer and public holidays. If official tickets have sold out, don't worry. There are plenty of reputable guided tours that include skip the line entry. They might cost a little more, but they can save you hours of waiting in busy periods. But regardless of whichever ticket that you do buy, make sure you arrive 20 to 30 minutes before your entry time. When you get to the Sistine Chapel, photography and filming aren't permitted. There are lots of security guards there and they look out for people trying to take a sneaky picture or quick video. If they see you, which the chances are they will demand you delete the footage in front of them, so just don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyway, sometimes it's nice to simply put the camera away and enjoy one of the world's most famous works of art with your own eyes. Another rule to bear in mind, you must be quiet. It is a very peaceful place. By the time you finish the museums, you'll probably be starving. Here's even more advice. It doesn't stop coming. Wait until you're completely finished with your museums to grab lunch. The cafes inside can get incredibly busy and, let's be honest, they're overpriced. You're better off going elsewhere outside the Vatican walls like we did. Right, with lunch out the way, we headed over to St. Peter's Basilica. Another thing to remember is the dress code. Shoulders and knees should be covered for both men and women, otherwise you might not be allowed inside. Don't take the chance to be turned away. It's not worth it. Stepping into St. Peter's Basilica is one of those moments that photos just can't simply prepare you for. You know, no matter how many times you've had a look at pictures or seen it on a YouTube video, the sheer size of the building is incredible, and every corner seems to reveal another masterpiece. But here's some interesting information for you, and a lot of first-time visitors just don't realise. Entry to the Basilica is actually completely free. You don't need a ticket, but you do still need to join the security queue, and during busy times that can take quite a while, believe me. If you're thinking about climbing the famous dome, there's a separate ticket from the Basilica itself. Again, as with any other ticket for the historical religious sites here in Rome, book in advance. I can't stress that enough. A little bit of interesting information for you before you decide whether you want to do the dome or not. There are 551 steps in total to climb to the top of the dome at the Basilica. However, if you take the elevator to the roof terrace, you only have to climb 320 steps for the remaining ascent to the very top. That's crazy. The ascent requires navigating very narrow spiralling corridors, and the final stretch can be quite tight and apparently physically demanding. We decided to leave it, not only because it was a miserable wet day, but in all honesty, it was too much. It would be too much for us, especially with all the walking we were doing during the course of the day anyway. Before leaving Vatican City, don't forget there are several free drinking water fountains nearby. They're a great way to refill your bottles, especially if you're visiting during the warmer months. Well, The rain still hasn't let up, but that's not stopping us. So we set off on the 15-minute walk along the River Tiber towards Castel Sant'Angelo. Now, tickets for the castle can be bought online or at the entrance. It is generally less busy than the Vatican Museums, but even so. Booking ahead is still worth considering if you want to avoid queues and be guaranteed a ticket of entry. Why put things like this to chance, wasting all your hard-earned money and time only to be disappointed? Plan ahead and you won't be, we assure you. The rooftop terrace normally offers stunning panoramic views across Rome, as you could imagine. But today the low clouds and the rain gives the city a completely different atmosphere. With the grey skies, the wet roads, the wet paths, it still looks great, and we're glad we've been able to see what we have whatever the weather gives us. One final tip: if rain is in the forecast like it was today, don't be as unprepared as us. Pack a lightweight waterproof jacket or a compact umbrella. Much of the queuing at the Vatican is outdoors, and you'll be much more comfortable if you're a wee bit prepared. Trust me, nothing worse than walking around soaking wet. Sometimes travel isn't about perfect weather. There are still places you can visit, still things to do, and especially in cities like Rome. What isn't there to do and see here? It's incredible. Thanks so much for joining us on another day exploring Italy. If this video has helped you plan your own visit, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel To Go Continental, and leave us a comment below with your favourite place in Rome, or what you would like to do, or if you have any questions, please ask and we will do all we can to help. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you in the next adventure.